This is a magic trick that no one has ever been able to crack. With just a white cloth and a chair, a person can levitate into thin air. As a magician's apprentice, Griffin was utterly captivated by this spectacle. He begged the magician to sell him the trick, offering to pay any price. However, the magician flatly refused. He wanted to pass all his magic secrets down to his grandson. Left with no choice, Griffin asked the magician to perform it one more time. But when the magician draped the cloth over the chair again, just like that, Griffin stole the magician's notebook. 9 years later, he had become a famous magician. One day, a young reporter came to interview him. However, right after they shook hands, Griffin sensed something was wrong.
Can I have my ring back, please?
It turned out Jerry was also a magic enthusiast, but such petty tricks could never fool Griffin. Next, Jerry wanted to perform another trick. He first asked Griffin to write down a series of numbers on a piece of paper, then had him go to the other side of the room to fetch a fruit. Griffin returned with a banana. Jerry pulled out a small knife and sliced through the banana to prove it was a real blade. Then Jerry forcefully cut open his palm. Finally, he smeared the blood across the paper. In the next instant, a string of numbers appeared, the exact numbers Griffin had written down moments before. Griffin lavished praise on the young man, but then ruthlessly exposed Jerry's method. First, the pen you gave me had an electronic tracker. When I wrote the numbers, the motion data was sent to your phone. Then, under the pretense of having me fetch fruit, you used a wax crayon to write the numbers on the paper. The blade you used to cut your palm was a fake knife hidden in your outer pocket. The real knife is still tucked in your inner pocket. But for a beginner, you've done quite well. He asked Jerry where his interest in magic came from.
I suppose it's from my granddad.
Jerry said he'd fallen in love with magic under his grandfather's influence, but his grandfather had disappeared 9 years ago. Griffin felt a sudden jolt of alarm. He hastily found an excuse to end the interview, offering to give Jerry an autographed copy of his book as a parting gift. While Griffin went to fetch the book, Jerry sprinted toward the safe, entering the numbers Griffin had written on the paper. But before he could open the safe, Griffin appeared right behind him.